They are Germany's favorite nibbles. Because people in factories slave away around the clock, we can polish off the contents of 60 million bags of peanut puffs every year. But how does the nut get in there? In the raw materials warehouse, our reporter Jan Schwederek meets the production manager Jörg Jockel.
Here we start with the raw material. You see the little window there? You can't really see much. That's why I've prepared something here. This is the basic material for the puffs. These are ground peanuts, peanut meal. No, this is cornmeal. Cornmeal? Exactly. Yeah, but when will the peanuts be added? We'll see that later. Okay.
From the 20-ton silo, a vacuum pipe transports the cornmeal to the mixer in no time at all, like a vacuum cleaner. Is water added here or something else?
No, we just put the corn in and then it's loosened up.
The dry meal then travels to a real miracle machine, the extruder. For the cornmeal, that means extreme compaction, heat and high pressure. The corn contains particularly high levels of starch. That's important because it's the only way it can later be processed into puffs.
How do you manage to produce the finished form of the puffs from the cornmeal? It was only powder just now. We do all that here in this big extruder.
32 puffs are produced in millisecond cycles. The extruder works so fast that even our high-speed camera with 1000 frames per second can barely keep up. How does it work exactly? The extruder screw generates pressure that's almost 20 times that of a car tire. The extruder squeezes the cornmeal into tiny pieces. This compression causes the particles in the meal to rub against each other very strongly. The friction creates heat. At a temperature of 180 degrees Celsius, the cornmeal bakes together like cake in an oven. But the flour particles actually need much more space. And they get it at the mouth of the extruder. The pressure drops abruptly and the corn expands. A rotating knife cuts it into the puffs. But why are the puffs so crooked? The extruder is hottest in the center and cooler on the outside. The puff strands therefore expand unevenly during the process. That's why they're curved.
So the cornmeal is compressed and forced into here. This creates heat and the cornmeal sticks together. But then it wants to come out again and wants to expand, and there are very small holes here at the front. Comes out and basically pops up again. And then there's a knife here that cuts these puffs into exactly this size.
The model dimensions are 3 centimeters long by 1 centimeter in diameter.
Can you try them now? Yeah, you can eat them already. Doesn't taste right yet, does it? Not really good. No, not crispy yet. Okay.
For the crunch, the puffs first need more heat. An XXL oven takes care of that.
Wow, hot! Here we dry the product at 150 degrees and remove the moisture so that it becomes nice and crunchy. Are they already crispy now? Shall we try? All right. This one is already really crunchy, but it doesn't taste like a peanut puff at all. The peanut's missing. When's that coming? Your peanuts are coming now.
Finally, the peanuts are delivered. The puff's name-giving ingredient arrives in huge packages, and Jan lends a hand right away.
So Jan, finally, here are your peanuts. Where do they come from? They come directly from Argentina. Argentine peanuts? Argentine peanuts. They're good.
Fun fact, the peanut is not a nut at all. It belongs to the legume family like beans and peas. The peanut originally comes from the Andes in South America. There, it was already cultivated about 8,000 years ago. From there, the Spanish conquistadors brought it to Europe 500 years ago. Puffs production delivers 5 of these XXL bags every day. But the peanuts can't travel as a giant package to the next station. That's why Jan is now allowed to pierce the bag. The stream of peanuts arrives in the adjacent hall and is first spiced up with additional ingredients. These not only enhance the flavor, but also ensure the right consistency. Sunflower oil is especially important. It flows in streams. It is an important flavor carrier, but also provides calories. 100 grams of puffs contain about 500 kilocalories, about the same as 100 grams of chocolate.
Here the whole thing is mixed with oil and a salt and spice mixture. So this is the taste center here? Exactly.
But left whole, the peanuts can't deliver their flavor at all. A kind of oversized coffee grinder therefore crushes them and grinds them into a peanut sauce.
Here's the finished peanut paste. It's important that it's nice and runny for the next step.
Before the peanut sauce can go any further, Jan wants to subject it to a taste test.
Intense, real peanut flavor for the first time. Delicious, isn't it? Yes, it is.
And how does the flavor get into the puff? A huge seasoning drum is the core of the puff production.
This is where the peanut paste comes together with the raw puffs and comes out again at the front ready to eat. So basically, this is the marriage of puff and peanut paste. Only then is it a real puff. Yes, a peanut puff. Exactly.
The puffs stay in this drum for 1 minute and are showered with the paste. The peanut paste then sticks to the plain puffs and gives them their spicy flavor.
So how can you recognize the perfect puff now? I'll show you. The perfect puff is uniformly curved and it's nicely coated with peanut paste all over. That means they're ready now and will be put into the bag just like that. That's right. Now you can try them. Tasty, isn't it? That's the right taste. I'll have another one. And another one. You have one too.
Peanut-flavored puffs are actually a German phenomenon and have been for 50 years. In other countries, peanut puffs are rather unknown. In the US, they are usually just flavored with cheese, and in Asia, people snack on them colorfully and sugared with fruit flavor. But how do millions of puffs get into their bags every day? To the exact gram and without crumbling?
The puffs come down from here and disappear. Show me where they go now. They go to the filling line. Here, no less than 15,000 peanut puffs go straight down to packaging. Every hour? Every minute? 15,000? 15,000 down to the filling line and then off into the bag.
The quantity must later correspond exactly with the weight specification on the bag. It would take years to weigh this amount of puffs by hand. That's why special scales do the work. They can weigh the contents of 6 bags at the time, accurate to the gram.
How many bags are being packed here now? We pack 60 bags a minute here. 60 per minute? That's 1 bag every second.
And they're not just making their way to Germany. For some time now, the German specialty has also been trying to conquer neighboring European countries. In total, a puff takes 15 minutes from the extruder to the packaging.
How many of these puffs are in 1 bag, do you know? That'll be about 300.
So 300 original corn puffs, which only get their special taste and name from their peanut coating.